Alright, this is my third final video for my experiments, the fourth video in total. And today, or in this one, I have both elevators plugged into the control board, which I'll show you. I have the control board plugged into my receiver, and then I'm going to move my transmitter up and down and side to side so you can see the rudders still work. And I hope this proves that there's something off in the control board. So, alright. So here we go. First, I have my two elevators plugged in. I do have them on longer extension wires just so they're outside and it's easier to work with as I'm making these videos. Okay, and you can see that they go plugged in. It's kind of behind there, but right there where my finger's at, you can see the connector goes on back to the rudder. Same setup that I had in the last video. Okay. And the same thing happens with the other elevator. Sorry, it goes back to the elevator, not the rudder. I apologize for the misnomer. Okay, everything's started. And one thing I want to show you is clearly my rudders are still working. Okay, and now when I pull back and push forward on my, yes, my rudders are still working. When I pull forward and push back on my elevator, there is no response. Okay, so I'll get another view. As you can see, try to get my as to show what's happening. Okay, so it is in my estimation, based on these control videos, that when I did my pre-flight checks, everything checked out. But and upon takeoff, I lifted off the ground, was in the air a few seconds. It didn't stall. I've flown enough to know that it wasn't a stall out that happened. As I didn't tip on a wing or anything like that because it came straight back down on its nose. But I've lost elevator control, and due to just being takeoff, instead of continuing up, it followed a parabolic path and nosed down into the ground, resulting in front end damage to the plane. Ripped the front gear out, the gear door, lights, and obviously the front part. And also what I'm not showing is the minor damage on the wings from just slapping to the ground as hard as it did. So that is my videos. I look forward to working with Motion RC. I know that we'll come to a fair conclusion. I know I'm asking a lot because of the expense of this model. But I also know that Motion RC stands behind their products, and I also know that, at least in my experience, they've treated their customers very well. I wouldn't be asking if I wasn't absolutely certain that it was outside of my control. I know it's a big ask, and just let's come to a fair conclusion. All right, bye.